Now it's time to get it lit. We got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got.
Return.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the crown.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing.
All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Wait, 10, wait, 20!
Check, 53, Mike.
I got him. 72.
On first down, Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Cover.
Here's Brady to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Throwing now is Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now it's Ginn. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Brees now on first down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
On play action, now Brees. He's got the hook up to Miller. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Ready? 5-9. Let's see what you got.
They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. They go play action here on first down. But that's complete to Sanders. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, we got four down.
That was second down run for Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Brady. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Samson Ebukam racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Hey, Foxtrot.
From midfield, here's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clay Matthews brings the heat and gets the sack. Here's Bradley Pena now as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On second down, it's Murray. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now Breeze on third down. And he finds Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Thomas, the intended target. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
That throw by Brady incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Now Jones. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
53 is the mic.
Brady going to try and throw on third down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Brady now on first down. Pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
53, check 53. Watch the run.
Hey, ball 66. 5.
53 is the mic. Here we go. Regular.
Again, it's Brady. This is brought in by Gibson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
You draw portraits.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
72.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Hey, ball 66.
Brady now to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. 5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Being chased out left toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Wait, set. 380. Sugar. Hey, Alpha.
Mike, 53.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It sounds like you're going negative on that,
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he whips that one incomplete there. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Breeze going to throw. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Let's go up. No, 66. Hey, hey.
From the gun, it's Brady. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 20. 22-yard line. At their own 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. This is Miller. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now it's the backup Winston. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Ready?
Ready? Check like 45. Man, I got you.
Winston now from the 50. Setting up the screen for Miller. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Play action now. Winston. Finding room inside the 40. And this is Cook with a grab. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Everyone, you got 4 down. Check 26, check 26.
They'll run it again with Miller. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Winston. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Line of scrimmage to 37 on 1st and 10. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Ready, break. 6-6, pull it high. Now.
They'll go again to Jones. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
On first down, it's Logan. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Stick. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Here we go, here we go. 90 Wolf.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and we are even at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Ready? Flag. Watch the run. Let's go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Winston. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Mike 48.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
It's gonna be a long day. Hey, look for it.
From the 38, Winston. This is complete to Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
23 yards, the final tally. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Ready?
1st and 10, stick. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. To throw is Winston. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go, Abby. Abby, what you got? What you got, Abby? Easy. Give me something.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And Lutz puts this one through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Here we go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, it's Stick. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, it's Stick. Escaping the pressure right. He gets away from one. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Leo! Watch out.
On 4th down, here's Stick. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Ready? White 25.
They'll run on first down. It's Miller, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Miller. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and they were spurred on by a